Welcome to Solving Quadratic Word Problems with Rational Solutions, Day 8. Today we're going to talk about how we are presented with a lot of questions, word problems, and how we can look at it and realize that it is a quadratic. So they're not going to necessarily come out and say, hey, here's a quadratic and solve it. They're going to put it in these word problems where you have to figure out how to solve it and then realize that it is talking about a quadratic. So for this one, the area of a rectangular playground enclosed at Happy Times Nursery School is 600 square feet. So we know that we're talking about an area of a rectangle and it's 600 square meters. The length is 25 meters longer than the width. Find the dimensions of the playground. Okay, so I'm going to start off by drawing a picture. Okay, so I drew a rectangle representing the playground. Now, I know the area is 600 square meters, and then I know the length is 25 meters longer than the width. Well, I don't know anything about the width, so that's my x. And since the length is 25 meters longer than the width, that would be x plus 25. Okay, so we need to find the dimensions, and what I do know about area is that area equals length times width. So also off to the side, if you wanted to, instead of labeling the diagram, you might have had let x equal the width, because you could have written let statements instead, and then x plus 25 equal the length. But if you drew it in the diagram, that's fine too. You wouldn't even need to write let statements out, because then we're accounting for it in the diagram to show that those are our unknowns. So it's up to you. Either you draw a picture or you have the let statements. Okay, so the other piece of information I know is that area is found by multiplying length times width. So from the information that we were given, I know in place of the area I can put the 600, and in place of the length I can put the x plus 25, or the x if you want to write it in that order. It doesn't really matter. I know that I talked about the length being x plus 25, so I'm going to put it this way. The other way would be fine too, and the width is x. So now I have this equation that I can start looking to solve. So I see the multiplication here, so the first thing that I would do is I'd need to distribute this x into the two things that are in parentheses here. So that will give me 600 equals x squared plus 25x. And now I see, oh, this is a quadratic. I have an x squared here. So since I have this quadratic, now I know that to solve that, I'm going to start by subtracting the 600 over to the other side. So I knew to do that because this was a quadratic. So the way to solve quadratics is to get them equal to 0. So now I have 0 equals, and I like that my x squared is positive, so that's why I moved the 600 and not the x. Then I have the 25x minus 600. Now it's in standard form, so I can start thinking about how I want to solve it. We have options. The two that we talked about were to use the quadratic formula or to factor. Now, since this is a length and a width, I have an idea that it could probably be factored, so I'm going to try to factor as a review. But there would be nothing wrong with plugging them into the quadratic formula. You learned the quadratic formula, it's given to you. All you need to do is be able to plug in the values into the formula. So it is up to you if you'd prefer to do that, but I'm going to review factoring. So I just moved that down. You can identify A, B, and C wherever you want, but I wrote down that A is 1, B is 25, and C is negative 600. So like I said, now that we have those written down, you could use the quadratic formula. I'm going to practice factoring, so I'm going to start off by writing an X in a box. Okay, so in the X and the top, it's A times C. 1 times negative 600 is negative 600. And in the bottom goes B, 25. Remember, you can get the factors by going to y equals, pressing negative 600 divided by x, and then second graph to look at the table and go through those values. We're looking for two that have a sum of 25. Since the product is negative, I know one must be positive and one must be negative. So if you take a minute, pause the video, try to figure out if you can find the two numbers that have a product of negative 600 and a sum of 25. The two numbers would be 40 and negative 15. So that's what I need to split my b value, the 25x, into, so I can rewrite this. So remember, that comes from splitting that middle value. The 25x becomes the 40 minus 15. And now I'm ready to group the first two in the top row and the second two in the bottom row of my box. So now that I've filled them in, remember we need to look for a GCF to come out the top row, x squared and 40x. The GCF would be an x. And then that would mean on the top I need to have an x. And then a 40, positive 40 if you like to put the sign there. And then on the left side, negative 15. So now I have my two factors and I can rewrite them over in my equation. Now I'm not done. I need to set up my t-chart to solve these two factors. So I have the x plus 40 and the x minus 15. I need to set them both equal to 0, because if either one is 0, then the product will be 0. So to solve this, on the left, the plus 40, we're going to subtract 40 to both sides. X equals negative 40. On the right, we would add 15 to both sides. So we get x equals 15. But now we need to think about this. In the question, it's talking about looking for dimensions, a length and a width. So I can't have a negative 40. We can't have that one. We have to reject that negative because a dimension can't be negative. So remember, the reason we're rejecting that is because it's a negative dimension. So my answer here would be x equals 15, meaning the length is 15, and the width I can plug in place of the x in the x plus 25. So then you can put them either in, again, the diagram, or if you wrote the let statements, you can put them in there. We know that the dimensions now are 15 and 40, and those would be the answers to my question. The width is 15 meters, the length is 40 meters.